Welcome. This is Zangler, the Tesla Semi Advocate, and bringing you another episode of the Giga Semi factory drone footage for March 17th, 2026, a Tuesday afternoon. I decided to start over at the northeast end where the new gate is that goes into one semi drive, and I'm going to kind of treat this video like you've never seen it before. So never seen Giga Semi before, to be accurate, or any of my previous videos. So right there is the new entrance, and that white structure was a shelter for shuttle buses to pick you up. There's Legacy Giga Nevada GF1. And this is a look around the high desert of Nevada near Sparks and Reno. And this is the northeast corner. And I'm going to take a look over here. One of the things we always like to look at is the mega chargers that have been put in. And our combined speculation is that as semis come rolling out that door at the rate of 50,000 a year, 120 to 150 a day, considering that there'll be down days, they'll come in here and they'll get a charge, maybe up to something like 40%, but not a full charge, if it's anything like car deliveries. So this is the mega chargers. I do see a new cabinet there. We now see three V4 cabinets, and I think our latest intelligence or accepted understanding is that for the mega charger, one V4 cabinet will feed two mega chargers. And as of now, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7 mega chargers installed, and definitely slots for at least one more. This is the BFD, the big effing freaking door, one of 3 big freaking doors, at least 3, depending on if some of the slightly smaller doors get counted as a BFD. And we take a look inside, not much to see at this point in time. If you want to see a sneak peek into the inside of the factory, I did fly after dusk, just before and during and after dusk last week. So I encourage you to go back and look at that and get a look at what's going on the inside. So I'm going to circumnavigate this in a clockwise direction as opposed to my normal counterclockwise. Bunch of loading doors there, although there's 3 major locations where there's loading doors, and this is one of them on the east side. The vast majority of them are along the northern perimeter of the building, and that little structure there, of course we just went past it, but I think we'll see it again here in a second, is it's a little bit of a mystery. And if you have any ideas or guesses what you think this object is going to be that was about to come into view, that cordoned off area, what do you think that could possibly be? I think perhaps for safety reasons, it is a runaway battery thermal battery containment area, and we'll see if they have some massive amount of water installed. I'm not sure what else it could be, but I would be very curious to see what you think. Now, this is generally just a boring parking lot shot, but it looks to me like they're putting in superchargers here, and if not superchargers, at least wall chargers for employees. That's probably what it would be, not superchargers. Although they do put both at most factories. So this could be a supercharger or just a regular wall charger location. It's pretty mature from the outside. There are a few surprises coming up, or at least one, maybe, yeah, two. If you stick to the end, I think it's safe to say that there are at least two surprises. This is the main entrance, and if you notice, they've not paved this area, and pretty sure they're going to do something fairly spectacular here, like they have done at other, specifically at Giga, Texas. But be interesting to see what they end up doing here, and they're probably going to start whatever they're going to do. They're going to start pretty soon. Probably have some sort of, I don't know, some semi in flying semi. This is stamping section G. This is the southwest corner of the building, looking over to the southeast corner. And now we're going to take a look around at this pile of dirt. I have previously speculated that maybe that's for a megapack installation. It could also be an area where they're going to park completed semis before they get delivered. There's a nice look around at the high desert of Nevada, where Giga Nevada and Giga Semi is located. About 4,000 feet. You may or may not know that there's a massive build out of AI data centers in this area. The climate is very conducive. The regulatory environment is good, and NV Energy has committed to providing a lot of energy. Much of it is renewable. This area, when we chased the Atlas Semi the other day, I said I promised I would take a look at this, and they've got quite a bit of earth moving equipment there, but it's not a huge project, whatever it's going to be. To the right is the entrance, the main entrance to Giga Nevada. That dirt road doesn't go anywhere. It goes up into a ravine, but back to section G, the stamping section. This little area, we've speculated that maybe is going to be a helipad. As of yet, they're just storing some more production equipment there, or possibly a separate outbuilding, the materials for a separate outbuilding. And we haven't visited the big dog Tesla Semi that's been standing guard over this project for over a year, so I thought I'd go over and take a look at my old friend, the big dog Tesla Semi. Going to try to compose it such that you get to see the Giga Semi in the background here in a minute. Okay, we're back to the circumnavigation. And if you know me, you know that there may be a squirrel hunt involved. I have a very the drone is captivated by squirrels, and a squirrels is simply a euphemism for the Tesla Semi, the refreshed version, especially the Atlas. So that raised section is the furthest south section of Section G, where all the stamping presses are. And just today, in Fernley, a nearby town about 20 miles away, I was parked at an intersection, and I would swear that I saw what may be the final stamping press coming by. It wasn't as big of an operation as the push-pull truck. And if you haven't seen the push-pull video of them bringing in giant stamping presses, you've got to go back and see that. This is where the hopper will drop, will take scrap metal from the presses, from underneath the presses, and convey them up, and drop them into one of these two recycling bins. Last time we were here, there was one on the right, and that one's been pulled out and sent to recycling, and they're loading into the one on the left. One of the things, because of the stamping press, we believe the stamping press is in operation, testing and stamping, and we know from Giga Texas that we saw a lot of the spoils, and that's what I'm looking for in this bin, and lo and behold, I think we see some stamped parts. Look at that. Not exactly sure what that part would be. A door, frame area, body panel. But anyways, we do take another quick look at that. Oh, here we go. A squirrel. A squirrel has come into the picture. You will see another video where I follow the drone. The drone follows the squirrel around the factory. And this is after the squirrel hunt, and I wanted to come back and finish the northern perimeter of the building and take a look at something interesting over here. We know that that is in front is the semi test track, and that is the escape ramp in case regen and brakes happen to fail. They've built in a escape ramp, and I noticed that they've made some changes to it. You can see that they would not want a semi to keep going and fly off of that edge. But you see they put new barrels with sand in and embedded them into the ground, and then they're going to have I believe they're going to have 2 layers of them, so that if that initial sand gravel doesn't stop them on the runaway truck ramp, those additional barrels filled with sand, and you notice that they're down below and then they're stacked on top, and I believe they're going to have 2 layers, maybe even 3, but I would think that maybe they would gradually step up so that you only hit that last wall of barrels if you get through those first 2. But they do have enough barrels there to probably do them all. So they're going to fill those with sand, no doubt. Oh, and look, at the end of it all is a wall, a concrete wall. I don't think there's any way a semi could get through all of that. to that wall, but they don't want something flying off the edge. And that's it for today's installment of Giga Semi. Hope you enjoyed it, and come back for the squirrel hunt.